So we're going to talk about hips. We want to avoid two things. We want to avoid the hips moving too fast. We want to avoid the hips moving too slow. And that's what I'm going to visually show you first and foremost. Now, I'm going to place this alignment stick. This is going to help demonstrate how much hip rotation is happening. Second thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use my plane buddy here, swing up towards the top of my backswing position, like so. I'm going to remove my right hand, place it underneath my lead hand and keep my arms elevated. So if I get too fast with my hips, like so, see my hands go above the plane line. And this is a problem. This will mean that you'll either come down steep or you're going to have to create a huge amount of shallowing to try and get the club head back on the plane line. If I go back up to the top and this time I move to linear, you can see now my hands get stuck underneath. Now the problem from here is I'm either going to hit, big draw, block, snappy type hooks, or I'm going to have to flip at it. So two very common problems. What we need to do is we need to navigate the correct amount of linear and rotational motion. Good way to do this. If I place this plane buddy now vertically, okay, like so, and I'm going to place it about a foot outside of my lead ankle position. So if I again swing up towards the top, if I get too spinny, like so, can you see the way that I miss my plane buddy? If I have too much linear, I don't hit it. So the thing that you're ultimately really looking for is to swing up to the top, and as you start the downswing, get the feeling of pulling the left hip back, okay, like so. Can you see the way I'm doing it like this, so that my hips get parallel towards my target by lead arm horizontal. And your hips ultimately are just orchestrating the throwing of the club or the releasing of the club. You need to think about the golf club as this free flowing swing back through, right? This is why with a lot of students we do a lot with rope swings, because the rope is moving freely, it's not under manipulation. And your fast hips make you go too much out this way. Your slow hips make you get stuck underneath and end up whipping yourself. The correct amount of rotational motion gives you the ability to drop the hands very seamlessly down the plane line. And that's why I think it's really important when you're swinging to become aware of the sensation of, by the time you get to lead arm parallel, your hips are parallel to the target. Because from here, the club can drop nicely down on the back of the golf ball. And that's why I'd suggest getting the feeling of swinging up, getting that sense of pulling that lead hip back, like so, gives you the freedom then to drop the club nicely on the back of the ball. And this might seem like a very difficult drill. I'm not saying it's not, but I think it's an excellent drill because you won't get good results doing this drill from here or here. So pausing roughly when you're at lead arm parallel, like so, getting the hips back to square to target means that I can just let that club drop down on the back of the ball, producing great results. See you soon.